If you want to know today's date or the current time, then you can do this simply by looking at the clock in the bottom right hand side of Windows. However, in Excel you may need to calculate today's date or today's time, and we can do this using one of two functions. I'm using the date time working file, but it's actually empty, so it doesn't really matter if you're in a new file. I'm going to go to D1 to type in the function to get today's date. Well, it's equals to day. Open brackets and close brackets, no parameters involved. And when you press return, you will get today's date, August 14, 2013. Below there, if we then use the now function, and again this has no parameters, it's simply now open and close brackets, then I will be given today's date and time. Now I need to widen, that's what the hashes mean, the column's not wide enough. And I'm given 8/14/2013. Every time this file is reopened, both those two functions will refresh themselves. Now you can force them to refresh more often by using the formulas ribbon and say calculate now. And you'll see that it calculates that function because I'm on that function, or if I'm on this one, it calculates that function. Calculate the sheet or calculate the whole sheet. So until the time actually changes by another minute, this one won't change, and then this one won't change until tomorrow. But this will always be today's date, so it will refresh itself. If, however, what you need is today's date, please tell me what today's date is, Excel, but you don't want it to refresh itself, then we can simply insert today's date using a keyboard shortcut of Control and the semicolon. And you'll see it looks exactly the same as that one, but one's a function, so will change tomorrow, and the other's fixed, so won't change tomorrow. In the same bracket, if you'd like the time, then that's Control, Shift, and semicolon, and that will put you the time in, but what it won't do is put the date in as well. It just puts the time. So we have date and time keyboard shortcuts, Control, semicolon, Control, Shift, semicolon, and then the two functions today and now. If you wish to use these functions within other strings, so equals, open speech mark, today's date is ampersand today, we can achieve that, but you'll see, as we've already seen previously, it uses Excel's number value for today rather than the formatting, so we would then need to add in our little text function, format today's date in a format that we require. Now that's a formula looking at today's date, being formatted and then adding in to another string. So tomorrow that will say 8/15/2013. So that's the simple today function and the now function, both of which require no parameters. They simply get used to produce today's date, but it's a function, so it'll always show today's date, whatever today is. And then the now function that shows today's date and time. Again, it changes every time the sheet opens or every time you refresh the sheet.